Hello and welcome. My name is Dr. Arthur Hartman. I am 78 years old today, and I spent nearly 40 years working as a geriatric physician treating thousands of older folks. I spent my days telling patients what to eat and writing prescriptions to manage their pain. But I spent 38 years not knowing something that changed everything. Let me tell you what happened. I was quietly letting my patients age themselves, and I was doing it to my own body too. I learned that the way we sleep at night can steal years from our hearts, steal our memories, and steal our independence. I recently read new research from the National Institute on Aging, and I felt sick to my stomach. I discovered that certain sleeping positions increase our risk of stroke, memory loss, and chronic pain by more than 60%. I know nobody is telling us about this. We go to bed, toss and turn, and wake up sore, thinking it is just part of getting old. But it is not normal. I know now the problem is not how long we sleep, but exactly how we position our bodies. Our sleep positions can heal us or slowly break us down. I need you to stay with me today because what I share might change the way you sleep forever. If you have not subscribed yet, please hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss a health tip. If you enjoy my video, type a 1 in the comments. If not, type a 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. I want to start with the 4 worst sleeping positions. I used to sleep flat on my stomach myself, face pressed into the mattress with my arms tucked tightly under my pillow. Honestly, I thought it was the only way I could calm my mind and fall asleep. I had a patient named Harold, a 72-year-old retired carpenter, who told me his back only relaxed when he slept face down. I did not realize then that this comfort was quietly damaging my neck, hurting my spine, and straining my breathing night after night. I used to think stomach sleeping was harmless, but I now know it is a silent strain on the fragile parts of our aging bodies. When I turned my head to one side for hours, I forced my neck muscles to twist unnaturally, cutting off blood flow to my brain and pinching delicate nerves. I woke up with chronic stiffness, horrible headaches, dizziness, and that familiar tingling in my hands. I didn't know it, but I was destroying my nerves. I read a report from the American Chiropractic Association and learned this position ruins our balance. And as an older man, I know a fall can end my independence. I also noticed I was pressing my chest into the mattress, stopping my lungs from expanding deeply. I forced myself to take shallow breaths, denying my heart and brain vital oxygen. I worsened my fatigue, created foggy thinking, and raised my blood pressure. I added unnatural pressure to my lower back, which already struggled with spinal arthritis. A colleague called this the most aging position for our spines. I realized I was accelerating the wear and tear on my own vertebrae, bending my bones like a tree branch. I might have felt cozy, but I was quietly stealing my own comfort, one restless night at a time. If you are finding my insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you are with me. I stopped sleeping on my stomach after realizing the danger and tried curling up on my side instead. I pulled my knees tight to my chest, thinking I had found a natural, comforting position. I tucked my arms close to my body as if protecting myself from the world. I remembered visiting my lifelong friend Eleanor when she was sick. She was curled up just like that, telling me it felt safe, like she was cradling herself to sleep. But I watched her wake up with shortness of breath, back stiffness, and increasing fatigue. I realized the startling truth later. I was quietly suffocating my own body every night just like she was. Sleeping in a tight fetal curl comforts our minds, but silently restricts our bodies. Data from the National Sleep Foundation showed that pulling my knees too close compressed my diaphragm, reduced my lung expansion, and limited my oxygen intake. I forced my body into shallow, rapid breathing. With my older, less elastic lungs, this subtle oxygen drop caused chronic fatigue, morning headaches, and strained my heart. The dangers didn't stop at breathing. Curling tightly for hours put my spine into an unnatural shape, shortened my muscles, and ruined the ligaments supporting my posture. I caused my spinal curvature to worsen, making myself appear more stooped, less stable, and more prone to falls. A spine specialist warned me, "You are spending the night teaching your body to shrink." Eleanor's story became a warning. My comfort slowly became a habit that robbed me of my energy. I thought the fetal curl meant safety, but it is a trap for our aging bodies. I was stealing my strength, taking away my breath, and ruining my balance night after night. I had to ask myself what I should do next. I thought lying flat like a soldier would save me. I praised this position for years, thinking it was perfect for spinal health. I was surprised to learn it carries hidden risks, and I didn't realize the danger until it was almost too late. I used to tell my patients to lie flat on their backs with no support, believing doctors who said it was the healthiest way to achieve a straight spine and even weight distribution. But the truth is far more complicated and dangerous for us older adults. What I thought was a position of discipline silently became a nightly battle for my heart, lungs, and brain. I had a patient named Robert, a 74-year-old veteran, who told me he slept like a soldier his whole life, flat on his back, arms by his side. However, his wife complained about hearing long pauses in his breathing and loud gasps for air. He woke up exhausted and dizzy. I sent him to a sleep specialist and was shocked by the diagnosis: severe obstructive sleep apnea. His sleeping position was cutting off his airway up to 30 times per hour. Lying flat on our backs without proper head support allows gravity to pull our tongues and soft tissues backward, narrowing the airway. This leads to snoring, choking, and disrupted breathing without us even realizing it. According to the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, untreated sleep apnea increases our risk of stroke and heart attack by more than 60%. It raises nighttime blood pressure and quietly strains our hearts as we struggle for oxygen. I noticed another risk, too, since I suffered from acid reflux, which affects nearly half of us over 65. Lying flat put my head level with my stomach, so gravity no longer kept digestive acid where it belonged. It crept into my throat, burning my esophagus and interrupting my sleep. Doctors call this silent reflux, and it damaged my vocal cords. I watched Robert suffer because my advice came too late. Seeing his constant fatigue, forgetfulness, and stubborn high blood pressure. His story reminds me that stillness hides danger. I quietly harmed my heart and brain by sleeping flat. I wondered about sleeping half-sitting in my recliner. So many seniors swear by this position, but I was shocked to learn how this comfortable setup slowly weakened my body from the inside out. If you are finding my insights valuable, please comment number 1 below. Now I will keep going with point number 4. I tried sleeping in a recliner chair every night, and it started innocently enough. I felt the recliner was a blessing for my aching joints, back pain, arthritis, and acid reflux when lying flat in bed was too uncomfortable. I let that recliner slowly turn into my permanent bed, but I must confess, sleeping in a recliner every night is one of the most dangerous habits we can fall into. My patient Dorothy, a 79-year-old widow, told me she could finally sleep through the night in her recliner. Over time, however, I noticed her legs swelling, her back stiffening, and her energy fading. A geriatric rehabilitation specialist taught me that sleeping in a semi-sitting position restricts blood flow to our legs. I saw the results in my own body with fluid retention and swollen ankles, making me worry about fatal deep vein thrombosis blood clots. The partially upright angle prevented my spine from fully relaxing, causing chronic lower back tension and accelerated muscle weakening in my hips and abdomen. Over the months, I developed balance problems and a higher risk of falls. Worse yet, the reclined position limited my deep sleep cycles. I closed my eyes for 8 hours, but my brain and muscles remained in light rest, never reaching the healing, memory-forming stages of sleep I desperately needed. I finally told Dorothy to return to a regular bed, warning her the recliner would shorten her life. She said, "I thought I was resting, but I was slowly shutting down." I felt the exact same way. The recliner was not safe, and I needed to find the best place to rest. I didn't understand then that the answer was not changing where I slept, but changing how I supported my body. I want to explore the 4 better sleep positions with you, positions that truly heal, restore, and protect me from the inside out. I start with the supported side sleep using a pillow between my knees. This simple change transformed the way I rest and wake up each morning. Sleeping on my side with a soft pillow gently resting between my knees looks ordinary, but it is one of the most powerful healing positions for protecting my spine, joints, and heart. I treated Alan, a 71-year-old retired firefighter, who woke up every morning with a dull ache in his lower back. Pain pills only helped a little. When his physical therapist asked how he slept, he replied, "On my side, knees together." She advised him to slip a small pillow between his knees and adjust his head to align with his spine. 2 weeks later, he told me, "My pain has decreased by nearly half. It is like my body finally exhaled." Real science from the Cleveland Clinic backs this up. Side sleeping, particularly on the left side, promotes better blood flow to the heart and reduces acid reflux by keeping the stomach below the esophagus. The pillow between the knees keeps the pelvis balanced, relieving pressure on the lower spine and protecting the hips, our most common pain points. It minimizes the twisting that causes morning stiffness and joint inflammation. I call this the alignment saver because it naturally supports the body's curves without strain. It is also one of the safest positions for sleep apnea, keeping airways open through the night. Alan's story is not rare, and I joined thousands of seniors who found this small adjustment makes the difference between waking up tired and waking up strong. But for those who cannot sleep on their sides for long, do not worry. I have another position. I call my next position the elevated back sleeper, where I raise my head and knees slightly. Sleeping flat on my back felt too rigid and uncomfortable, but this small adjustment turned it into a therapeutic way to heal my body overnight. This position makes the difference between restless nights and truly restorative sleep. I treated Linda, a 73-year-old retired teacher, who struggled with heartburn and shortness of breath at night. She would wake up coughing, her throat burning from acid reflux. A cardiologist suggested she elevate her upper body by about 30 degrees and place a small pillow under her knees to relax her lower back. The results were life-changing. She breathed easier within days and slept through the night without gasping or pain. The science explains why. Elevating the head and chest helps gravity keep stomach acid from creeping upward and prevents airways from collapsing. Following the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, I know elevating the upper body reduces snoring, controls sleep apnea, limits nighttime oxygen drops, and protects brain cells by reducing heart strain. Elevating the knees gently eases pressure on the lumbar spine, allowing muscles to fully relax. I now tell my older patients, I am not trying to sleep longer, I am trying to sleep smarter. By giving my body the right angles, I give my heart and lungs room to function freely while I dream. But I also sought a position to rejuvenate my joints, help my shoulders, and benefit my skin. I found another restorative position that became the missing piece in my sleep routine. You know what surprised me most? Learning that the best medicine is letting my body take up space. I call it the starfish position, sleeping on my back with my arms out. Gently spreading my arms to the sides and opening my palms makes me feel like my body is finally letting go of the day. It looks simple, but done correctly, it is incredibly restorative. I refuse to lie flat and rigid like a soldier anymore. The starfish position gives my body freedom, letting my shoulders open, my chest expand, and my joints released tension held all day long. I treated another patient, a 69-year-old retired nurse also named Linda, whose shoulders ached constantly from decades on her feet. Her neck stiffness lasted until noon. Her chiropractor suggested sleeping like a starfish, relaxing her arms, turning her palms up, and using a contoured pillow for her head. She was skeptical, but within a week, her neck pain eased and her shoulders felt looser. She said, "For the first time in years, I wake up without feeling my age." The science explains that opening the arms stops compressing the shoulders, improving blood flow to the upper spine, and feeding the nerves supporting the neck and hands. Harvard Medical School reports show this posture reduces tension headaches, prevents nerve impingement, and stops numbness and tingling in the hands. It supports calm breathing, stops chest constriction, lets oxygen move freely, lowers nighttime blood pressure, and soothes the heart. It is nature's reset button for the upper body. Still, I don't always feel comfortable on my back for long before my lower back starts to ache. Craving gentle support, I found one final position. I call it the ultimate balance between comfort, safety, and healing. The 45-degree side recline. I truly believe it is the healthiest way for us to sleep after 60. Imagine lying halfway between sitting and sleeping, gently supporting your upper body, relaxing your spine, and making breathing effortless. Geriatric specialists call it the sweet spot of senior sleep because it combines the comfort of side sleeping with the health benefits of elevation. It was life-changing for me. I treated Mr. Walter, a 78-year-old former truck driver suffering from back pain, acid reflux, and shortness of breath at night. He tried new mattresses, medications, and even sleeping upright in a recliner, but nothing worked. Then, his physical therapist suggested positioning himself at a 45-degree angle on his left side. He placed a firm wedge to support his back, a small pillow between his knees, and another beneath his head to keep his neck straight. He noticed the difference on the very first night. His gasping stopped, his heartburn vanished, and his hip pain faded. A week later, his sleep tracker showed longer, deep sleep cycles, and he woke up clear-headed and pain-free for the first time in years. The Journal of Geriatric Sleep Studies confirms this posture reduces acid reflux episodes by up to 70%, keeps airways open to prevent snoring and sleep apnea, and supports spinal alignment, critical for those of us living with arthritis. It also improves lymphatic drainage, allowing the body to remove toxins more efficiently, which is directly linked to memory and brain health. As I tell my patients every day, my sleep is not just rest, it is my recovery, and my body heals best when I support it, not when I strain it. The 45-degree side recline is a nightly act of preservation that protects my heart, soothes my spine, and extends my independence. Before I close, I want to explain how all these positions together transform how we live. Sleep is not just rest for us, it is our renewal. As we grow older, every night becomes a form of healing, and the way we sleep determines how we wake up to life itself. The right sleeping position is not simply about comfort. I use it to protect my heart, nourish my brain, and preserve my independence for the years to come. The truth is simple yet powerful. Our bodies listen to us while we sleep. When I lie the wrong way, I quietly collect pain, stiffness, and fatigue. But when I sleep in alignment, supported, elevated, and balanced, my body repairs itself naturally. My muscles relax, my joints release, my heart beats easier, and my mind wakes up sharper. Small changes make a difference. Putting a pillow under my knees, using a gentle incline, or shifting to my left side results in fewer aches, deeper rest, and a more vibrant life. Don't just go to bed tonight. Create your sanctuary and let your body find its healing rhythm. When we give our bodies the right rest, we gain strength, clarity, and another beautiful morning to live fully. I remind myself that my best years can still begin with tomorrow's sunrise. I share these lessons to inspire us to live fully and authentically. Now, I would love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you learned today that you plan to apply in your own life, so we can support each other on this journey. If you enjoyed my video, please leave a comment with a 1. If not, comment with a 0. I value your feedback. Please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I raise my glass to living life on our own terms.